What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon Wi-Fi battle. Today, I've got another PU match. Wanted to switch things up and get back into some PU, just because, I felt like really using some Pokemon that I haven't used in a while, including my boy Carbink. He's back, along with, I brought a Glalie, I brought some fun stuff like Parasect, and overall, this team is pretty gimmicky, but hopefully I can get it to work. It kind of relies on Carbink going for those screens, but let's go ahead and just get right into the battle here. This is against Brad from Twitter. We battled a couple times, and usually turns out pretty good. So I'm going to lead off with my good buddy Rock Candy here. I want to get those Stealth Rocks up, and I can also set up both Light Screen and Reflect, as he's going to end up leading off with his Area Dose. I knew that he was going to do that, but honestly, I don't have a Rapid Spinner on this team, and there's really nothing I can do about Sticky Web. So I just set up my Stealth Rock there as he goes ahead and spews some webs on my side of the field. That does kind of suck, because now I just really have to work around like being slower than his entire team. So, that's... I guess my team really isn't the fastest anyway, but overall, Sticky Webs are just really annoying. So I set up a Reflect there, as he's just going to go right for a Cross Poison. It does like no damage, especially after the Reflect there. And I'm like, you know what, why not? I'm going to throw up a nice little Light Screen too. And now my team is looking pretty invincible. Essentially, this Carbink is kind of here on this team so that Poliwrath and maybe Parasect have a chance to sweep with those screens up. It makes them a lot easier to take hits, and they actually both have max HP investment too. So they're pretty damn thick now, and that's kind of the plan. So at this point, I'm just going to switch right into my boy Volcanon, as he's just going to go for another Cross Poison. This man's just throwing out the Cross Poisons like no tomorrow. And this now allows me to hit this thing with a Flamethrower. He is going to be Focus Sash, so he is able to live at least one of them. And luckily, though, he's not able to do much damage with the Cross Poison, so he's just going to go for one more of those, as he's pretty much just going to sack off this Area Dose, because there's not really much on his team that wants to switch in. So one more Flamethrower is going to take care of the Spider, and that is nice. I guess that thing, kind of did its job in setting up the Sticky Web anyway, but... that's a good sight to see a dead Spider, as now he's going to bring in the Gastrodon, and I was really hoping that he was going to do that, because I actually have Hidden Power Grass on this Magmortar just for Gastrodon, because you see these things freaking everywhere in PU, and I do actually get a lucky critical hit. I believe it should have been able to live that and fire off an Earth Power in return, so that really does kind of suck, but he got a critical hit on me on that last cross poison, so it kind of evens out. So now he's going to bring in the freaking Lycanroc. I don't really want to take a Solo Rock here, or he was actually faster than me anyway, so he ends up going for the Rock Slide, I believe, as I bring in my Titty Milk, and with the Reflect up, Titty Milk just does not give a shit about any rocks. Look at that, just swaying my titties around, taking rocks to the face. It's really no big deal, because after Leftovers, it's like that didn't even touch me. So this Miltank is actually impish with max HP and defense, so it's built to take physical attacks, clearly, as... now I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave as he decides to switch into his Mawile here. He is going to intimidate me, but I don't really have anything to hit this thing with anyway, so I'm not afraid of you weird freaking chomp head, double head thing. So I go for the Thunder Wave, which is really nice. I kind of think this thing might go for some Swords Dance here, and I don't really want to play games with that because my Reflect just wears off. So I am going to switch out here. I'm going to go directly into my Poliwrath, and I decide that there's a good chance that this thing being paralyzed, I can get up a free Substitute and then, sub-Focus Punch on some bitches. So he does get fully paired on the first turn, which is like, damn it, that's not the turn I needed that to happen. So I'm just going to go for a Substitute. Pretty much just hope that he gets fully paralyzed, but he breaks through, and a Play Rough is going to absolutely obliterate my Beanbag. So away goes that thing, but honestly, I don't really have any reason to not just continue going for Substitute. He's eventually going to get paralyzed. He is also losing some health to the Life Orb, and meanwhile, I'm over here just, eating some leftovers, having a good Frogger time. So I do go for another Substitute just to see what's going to happen. I'm still above half health, so I'm looking pretty solid here. As he does break through, another Play Rough is going to hit my Beanbag in the face yet again. And I'm just a freaking Beanbag factory because I can just keep firing these things off. And yeah, so he's getting hurt by some Life Orb over there. Again, I'm just eating some leftovers, having a pretty damn good time, and I'm just like, you know what, if it doesn't happen this time, I'm going to stop. But I go for the Substitute one more time, and he does actually get fully paired, so that is perfect. And now it is pretty much time for this thing to feel the wrath. So after one more turn of leftovers, I'm looking pretty damn solid. And now I can just go for a Tighten the Old Focus, and then the Focus Punch is pretty much just going to destroy this here Mawile. So he does get another Play Rough. I was really kind of hoping that he was going to get paired again there, but you can't always get what you ask for. He gets a critical hit though, which, doesn't matter, but it's the thought that counts. Good try, Mawile, and a Focus Punch is going to absolutely destroy this thing. So, I haven't used a Substitute Focus Puncher since like Gen 4, so I figured I'd throw that on this team and just, kind of see how it worked. And I got a kill with it, so that's fun stuff. It pairs well with Thunder Wave, obviously, so that worked out, and now he gets a free switch into whatever he wants. and he decides to go into the Rotom Fan. So obviously I don't want to take a Thunderbolt here, and I'm just going to switch right back into my Carbink, who is honestly slept on. Nobody uses Carbink, but as you'll see in this match, it really kind of was the deciding factor. This thing's a beast. So he goes for an Air Slash. I am specially defensive, so I take it nicely, and it's obviously resisted. So at this point, I can kind of just set up my screens yet again, as he's going to go for a Will-O-Wisp, which I don't think was a very good play. He probably should have switched into a better matchup, because this allows me to get up a nice little Reflect, and with the Light Clay item, that is going to stick around for a freaking grip of time. So getting hurt by some burn and burnt candy, it does kind of taste like shit, but it's, it's not the end of the world here, as now he's going to finally Volt Switch, and he is going to get that fan the hell out of there, as he brings in Newt Newt, which is a perfect nickname for this thing. Freaking Turtonator looks like the Hoopla guy from freaking SpongeBob. But SpongeBob references aside, I am kind of worried about this thing because I know it can Shell Smash, and that's probably what it wants to do. Carbink is kind of set up fodder. It's really easy to set up against, so I do have to switch the hell out of here. I know that he's going to go ahead and smash that Shell, so I'm going to switch right into Titty Milk, who does have the Thick Fat ability, so I can take Flamethrowers easily, and then his next best option would be Dragon Pulse or Draco Meteor, so he does get up the Shell Smash. Luckily, I got that light screen up, so I should be alright considering I do have max HP as well, so I'm pretty damn thick, and I'm honestly just really glad that I brought Carbink here. The screens really just ended up helping out. So after some leftovers, I am at full HP, and I ran some Calix, and it's looking like Draco Meteor wouldn't even be able to do very much to me, but he does have Dragon Pulse instead, so he goes for that. And it is actually going to do much less than half, which is amazing. Thank you, Light Screen. It's not going to be a 2-hit KO like it normally would have been. And this allows me to go ahead and Body Slam this thing, throw the old titties on him, and that actually does get the paralysis. So that kind of sucks for him, but that actually does make it so I'm faster, I believe. Yeah, so after the paralysis, I am faster, and Miltank is going to go ahead and one more Body Slam is going to knock this thing into red, as he's just going to keep on firing off Dragon Pulses, but Light Screen is too damn strong, and really Miltank just does not care. And honestly, this is the first time I've used Miltank in a really long time too, and I'm honestly, I'm pissed off that I haven't been using this thing. I love Miltank. It has so many options. It's fast as hell. It's pretty damn bulky. It works really great as a defense wall, and in PU it really just kind of shines. So I killed the Turtonator. Don't have to worry about the Shell Smasher anymore, and now he's gonna bring in the Rotom Fan again. So as I'm looking at my team, I'm pretty damn whittled down on everybody, but I decided to switch into Magmortar because it's looking like I probably don't need this thing anymore, as I get caught in some webs, obviously, and he actually ends up going for the Will-O-Wisp, so I look smart thinking I, predicted a Will-O-Wisp, but I just kind of wanted this thing to come in and die, so that way I could have a free matchup. So now he's going to go for the Volt Switch. He gets that thing out of there, which is fine, because he's just going to take much more Stealth Rock damage as he goes into the Lycan Rock here, and this thing is going to get hit with a nice little Flamethrower. And I am still keeping the Glalie in the back pocket of my team here. I do have a Choice Band Glalie with Ice Shard, so I should be able to finish this thing, the rest of his team off with that. So he now goes for a Rock Slide, is going to take care of my Magmortar, but that's fine because I wanted this thing as death fodder anyway. So this now allows me to bring in my freaking horny Iceberg, and my main girl Bird comes out, who hasn't seen the light of day yet, but luckily I have that priority, and with the Choice Band, I should not have any problem taking out the rest of his team. So the Ice Shard is going to take care of the Lycan Rock. Down goes Mr. Pebble, or Mrs. Pebble, sorry about that. And yeah, the last Pokemon is going to be that Rotom Fan, who is going to come in and get penetrated by some Stealth Rock, which is no fun. And one more Ice Shard is going to finish off the match here. So that was a pretty fun one. I really like using this team. It really has just kind of some interesting stuff on it that it's not easy to get it to work, but that was a good example of how this team is supposed to work with those screens. Thank you, Carbink, you the real MVP. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button on this video if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe for some more Wi-Fi battles. Peace out.